Howdy, folks. We're going to tackle a couple of things tonight, but this is Mako's Live, and I've been watching this for like the past couple hours because I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I lost my cool, and a couple things Rich said I couldn't touch on because I wasn't in my right mind. I was kind of pissed off and just Barry don't rub me the wrong way very much. Rich, he gets under my skin. I'll freely admit that. And I've said multiple times why. But Rich is about to touch on a subject that I want to talk about. And it's not the ex-girlfriend thing. I said my P's and Q's on that one. It's when he talks about his stepkid.
Said the other night. I didn't ask for an explanation. I don't care. It's her business.
I'll air that. You know why she didn't want to be me rich? You want to know why? Because she didn't want to hold a job and I want to let her just freeload on my couch to pay her bills. That's the reason why. She left a kid with me. That's not even her kid, still the state's kid. She was adopted.
Here we go.
And I got news for you. Her son. Okay, now while you're at that, look at myself being the same shoes. Okay?
Rich, you were nowhere in the same shoes, Bubba. Not to brag on myself, but we're not even in the same ballpark. I pull tail. You only pulled one woman your whole life.
That you didn't pay for.
Her son is not my son. Her son is her.
That okay? I can't wait to
Let me finish.
I want to touch on that because that pisses me off. That right
Let me
there.
finish what it says.
Son.
This woman was crazy.
Yeah, that was
and
it.
she wouldn't.
That
I got
was
to storm it.
So you're saying that it was her son, right? So you had no love towards this kid.
Listen, man. Listen. Every kid in the world has a mom and a dad. Every kid. Okay?
That
Whether
shows
they're
how person
adopted,
you are.
whatever the fuck it is. Any motherfucking body can be a mom or a dad. As long as you can have kids, obviously, you can be a mom or a dad. That doesn't make them a mother or a father, though. See, that's the difference that a lot of people won't seem to wrap their fucking head around. You don't have to have any blood in you at all to be a father to somebody or to be a mother to somebody. I have a mom, but I also have a mother. My mom, I wasn't close to. My mom didn't really. It's just a long story there. It's just a bunch of bullshit. But we wasn't close at all. I would go years without seeing her. But I have a mother, and I have two brothers, and I have a sister, and I have an actual biological sister. See what I'm saying? There's no blood connection there, but she raised me. She took me in when my mom would put me out. She always made sure I had something to eat, a warm place to put my head. That makes her my mother. You get it, Rich? I mean, if you love that kid, and you was with his mom for 10 years, you think you would have been close to the kid, and
What kind of man is with somebody only don't consider their kid your kid?
right, I mean...
Like that shows what kind of character you have. You'll be his dad the whole time you're fucking his mom, but the minute you and his mom ain't slipping you the pink no more, it's fuck him.
So, anybody that adopts a kid, they're not really their mother and father? I mean, what's your point with all this?
And Rich, she was never a mom, Bubba. Then that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this, you know who potty trained him? Because he was 6 still shitting in a diaper.
Dude. When he came here, he was 6 in diapers, dude.
You know who potty trained him, Rich? Me.
Her exact words was, I don't mind changing this diaper. She didn't mind changing a 6-year-old shitty diapers, dude. It took also 2 days to potty train. All it took was somebody taking the bathroom. That's all it took, man. He couldn't even talk, man. This kid couldn't put a sentence together.
And let's say this. I'm taking over guardianship of him. But if something was to change and they decided not to want to give me guardianship, or they found him a family that, you know, his biological family's house, because that's how it goes, kinship has more rights at this point than I do. If that was to happen, Rich, it wouldn't matter. He would still be my son. He would still be my boy.
He'd be devastated, dude. I mean...
He would for you to say what you just said and let them words leave your mouth shows you as a person.
If you lived for 10 years, you should have been considered your son too. I mean, you should have thought of him as your son.
Me and his mom don't talk. Mikey's mom don't talk. She ain't sliding me the pinky. He's still my boy. I would still give my right.
That makes somebody like Austin a man. Is what that makes them. That makes them a man. Because to take in another child that's not yours, and when a mom leaves to keep him and want to raise him as your own, that's something to stand on, homie. That's what I'm talking about with you and Barry. Now, listen, I don't care about your mechanic abilities. I don't care. Listen, your ability to fix a car does not dictate what kind of person you are. That has nothing to do with your character. It has nothing to do with anything else, dude. It's just some people are good at it and some people ain't. So I don't care if you're a better mechanic, if I'm a better mechanic than you. My work, I mean, I don't care how good a mechanic you are. I don't care anything about it. I don't care how much you fuck that car up. I don't care what anything you do with it. My goal with people like you and Barry is to make sure that you're fucking out here and people know exactly who the fuck you are and what type of person you are. Your character is what I'll come after. You're not your ability to turn a wrench. I don't give two fucks about it. Because I can't fix a radio, but I'm sure you can, Rich. I mean, I have no doubt you could take apart a fucking boombox and fix it. I can't do that. Does that make you more of a man than me? No. If you was just an average dude, would that make you, and we was cool, would you be more of a man than me because I can't do that? No. It's like you're not less of a man because you can't fix a car. What gets people's nerves about that shit is you want to argue about it and act like you know this shit and everything else. That's why people don't like you for that.
But back to the Mikey thing.
I don't give a fuck about it.
I got props from Jeff earlier about this, about taking the Mikey in. I don't want props. I appreciate them, but I don't do it because of that. I do it because I love him. I would give him if he needed a heart transplant and I was able to give it to him, I would give him my heart. Give him my kidney, give him whatever he needed.
Our problem with you and Barry is
you guys pretend like you're good fucking people.
Right.
And you're fucking trash.
Right. I mean, exactly. I mean,
there's not very, and I am not a tough guy by no stretch of the word. There's not very many people in this world that get me mad enough where I would physically want to catch a felony over. Rich is one of them people.
I care that you lie about having a heart attack and a stent. I care that you lie about having cancer. I don't even care that you lie about your fucking domestic battery and a DUI. I mean, I don't care anything about. I care that fucking you lie about things that tug at people's heartstrings, that would make people feel sorry for you, that people throughout their day would think about you. Good people would. They'd be at work or something. If they watched you all the time and followed you, and they'd be like, man, I hope Rich is doing okay today.
Look, you should never
that's an emotional vampire.
You should never put your hands on a woman. I said that multiple times.
Oh, for real.
You should never. But here's the facts of the matter.
I mean,
anybody that's been in a fight, I'm not talking like a fist fight, I'm not talking physical, I'm talking an argument between you and your spouse, especially some of the bad ones. Everybody said shit out of anger they didn't mean.
Right.
Everybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. And if you have the cushy rainbow fucking relationship, then it's only a matter of time for that blows up in your face.
Dude, listen, man. Me and my wife, man, we've got 25 years, and we always joke that our wedding vows should have been, do you, man, take this woman? It should have been, do you, bitch, take this bastard? Because, I mean, that was our inside joke, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all.
I am by far no fucking saint when it comes to relationships. I have my flaws just like Rich has my flaws. But if I put my hands on a woman, I would own that shit, Rich, because you get more respect owning it as much as you can for being a woman beater than you do denying it. And just, do you understand how you look?
Because let's be real, dude. Today's day and age, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if the cops come and you guys are arguing, okay, and the neighbors call the cops, if they come in the house and anybody has a mark on them, a visible mark,
or they confess to it,
or they own up to it, but fuck that, forget about the own up to it. It don't matter if you own it or not. You can do 99. If your wife wants to fucking slap, or your husband, either one wants to fucking slap themselves around a little bit, call 911 and say, they hit me. The minute the cops come and they see the red marks, you're going to jail. Plain and simple.
Well, Rich likes to say that his ex-wife admitted to beating him and she didn't go to jail.
There's laws that says they have to take him to jail. If it's visible, it don't matter if you just say, I don't want to press charges, they automatically go to jail. And they automatically issue a restraining order. Temporary restraining order. Automatically. I mean,
I'm not good at very many things, Rich, in this world. And I'll say this to everybody that's watching this. There's not very many things that I'm good at. I can somewhat fix a fucking car, but you know what I'm pretty proud of myself and I'm pretty damn good at being a dad.
It don't take much to be a good parent, man. I just don't understand why some people can't get it. I mean, you don't need a bunch of money, guys. You don't have to be rich to be a parent. You don't have to fucking have a nice car, a nice house. You just have to be willing to spend the time and make the kid number one.
And to tell you the truth, to tell you the God's honest truth, before I got with my ex and was around Mikey, I didn't want kids. Didn't want them. You know why? These are my reasonings. These are very selfish reasons now looking back, but they were my reasons. See, I'll be honest. Kids take money, time, and effort, and I didn't want to put none of that in there. But once I got around Mikey, and he's the coolest kid that I've ever been around. He's fucking so awesome. I mean, sometimes he's nerve-wracking, but other times he's just awesome.
And let's get back to yesterday. I didn't think about it in the car when you was talking about they could have got the wrong name on the paperwork for domestic battery shit. You said your dad died before the case was disposed. Well then, Rich, we got a problem because there was a sentence handed out for that domestic battery, buddy. So if your dad was dead, how'd they pass the sentence on him?
Just like you can't have a DUI in the past and get a CDL now.
You fucking can't. Why can't you?
Like if you got let's say Dad got it. This is Rich's argument this morning to Jeff. You can't have a DUI.
He don't have a fucking CDL anyway.
He wants to say he does.
What class CDL?
He's got a Class A CDL with an air brake.
Shit.
It's a license, Dad.
You show it.
A CDL, it's a fucking endorsement on your license.
Right. But show that shit. I mean, you can put that to bed right now, Rich. Show it. Block out your social security number and shit, and everybody knows your address ain't fucking there anymore. And show that shit. Show your endorsements, dude. Rich, because here I'm gonna tell the truth about that. Listen, I went to 10 years ago. I was going to go get my CDLs. You know why I couldn't go get my CDLs? Why they didn't do it? Because I couldn't pass the physical. How the fuck do you pass a physical for a Class A CDL, Rich? You are such a lying motherfucker, dude. You may have a chauffeur's license. That's about it. I mean, you are. That's what I mean. Why do you lie, dude?
Do you know why Rich?
Even if you did have your CDLs, you wouldn't have them now. You can't pass a physical, homie.
Do you know why Rich that's like the nitro thing yesterday. Wanted to show us a baby aspirin saying this is nitro. Oh wait,
that's
I take it for bed.
That's what I care about. The shit you lie about like that, man. I mean,
didn't even know what the fuck nitro. Well, listen, maybe the doctor. I haven't picked it up yet.
Anybody that has ever had, listen, you can have a heart attack and not get a stent automatically, guys. I mean, you don't have to have a stent for having a heart attack. I mean, it just depends on what type of heart attack, how massive it is, if it's caused by a blockage. I mean, there's 100 factors that go into it, okay? But anybody that's ever had a heart attack or in fear of having a heart attack would know what nitro is, and they would have nitro. That's the only thing that's going to save your life, dude, if something goes dark. You know what I mean? And Rich, you would remember taking nitro. You are not going to forget the way it makes your fucking head feel. You would know you took it.
And then back to the kid thing. Another reason why Rich and Barry don't have that in them is because they're one-uppers. There's a saying, once your dad dies, you've lost the only man that wants to see you rise above him and be better than him. Rich, you don't want to see nobody better than you. Same with you, Barry. You don't want to see your kids win because that means that, look at you. And I said to you, Rich, in the side, we'll say it the fuck again. Thank God you didn't have kids of your own. Thank God your ex-wife got the fuck away from you.
Listen, man, I heard earlier, in Mako's live earlier, at the end, Rich brought up the shit about threatening to have everybody whacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kept bringing up trying to follow up. So
listen, I'm going to tell you why people like, my opinion as to why people like Rich do that. Because it's not just him.
Barry does too.
People like them do that. There's a reason. Because they're trying to convince you. They can't get it out of their head because they know it's a lie and they're trying to convince you that they're telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason to keep bringing it up. Otherwise, a person that had any common sense would have just let it die out, would have let it go. But he couldn't let it go because he's trying to convince you that he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not smart enough to realize that normal people like you, us, it's going to infuriate us, dude. Because you keep fucking, like you said, pissing on your leg telling you it's fucking raining. I mean, come on, man. You basically what you're doing, Rich and Barry, this is mainly you, Rich, but you're just looking at Jeff saying, you're stupid. I can fool you.
You ain't fooling nobody, Rich. You ain't smart. The
By,
man.
by doing that to someone, Rich, that's what you're saying to him. Without saying them exact words, you are saying, haha, you're a dumb motherfucker. I can get over on you. I can fool you.
And Rich, literally, in this live stream, dude, this one, not the one that Jeff did, just him and Rich today. Rich, in the live stream that we all did, which, hey, Jeff, thanks for having me on, man. It was really fun. I appreciate it. What Rich did in this live stream was dance around a bunch of questions, try to say that it wasn't him, he didn't say this, he didn't say that. And then when he gets called on his bullshit, don't know what to say. Like, he's puzzled.
I mean, I've tried to tell him. I know Austin was all worked up in it and shit, but I've tried to tell him 100 times, don't get angry like that, and don't be like that, because you just don't do it.
The main thing...
You do not look good like that.
And I'm going to say this, the main thing that pissed me off is instead of Rich owning... Jeff, he was smart. He got off. I should have got off. But Rich kept wanting to fucking try to spin the shit around, and it infuriated me. You're a man, dude. You are a 55-year-old supposed to be Gen X man. You should just own your shit.
Right. And dude, this is the last time I ever want to say this, dude. You are racist, Rich, because here's the facts of the matter. If it was a white dude crossing the road, that would have been the first thing you called him. You would have called him a dumb son of a bitch, a cocksucker, a bastard. That you didn't. None of that come out your mouth. Somebody made you mad. They was black, and that's the first fucking word that came out of your mouth. That makes you a racist. So, brother, whether you want to own it, accept it, whatever the fuck, you really need to look at yourself, because that's the facts of the matter, Rich. You didn't call him a motherfucker, a cocksucker, a lowlife, you piece of shit, I'll kill you. You seen he was black, and you called him that. Because if it was a white dude, you wouldn't have said that. You would have been like, hey, motherfucker. Think about that, dude. You're racist. Whether you even know it in your head or not, you're racist, but you know it.
I can't stand somebody like... Hang on, I pause this. I got a video.
4 years ago. Now I want you to look at throughout this video.
That's what bugs me.
I can't...
Not your ability to fucking put a motor together, because we all know that you can't fucking put a motor. Dude, it's a small block Chevy, Rich. I mean, you could have 3 dead holes on that son of a bitch, and it would still start and run.
Look. Here's the facts. Jeff, me, Mako, Jeff's dad, David, everybody liked that. We all were taught you own your shit. You fuck up, you own it. It is what it is. It's out there, it's done. You might as well confess to it and just wash your hands of it and take the heat.
Try to learn from it.
Nobody in this world, unless you're just stupid, likes somebody lying to their face. Trying to bullshit them. Me especially, because that pissed me off. Don't be trying to bullshit me.
Listen, when I'm dead, I'm not having a funeral now, but when I'm dead, I don't want anybody, if I was having a funeral, I would not want anybody sitting around saying, hey, Jack Warner was a good dude, because I'm not a good dude. I've done horrible shit in my life, dude. I have hurt people, I've done bad things, but the two goddamn good things they could say about me in the end is, I was a decent father. I didn't fuck up my kids. Too bad.
Emotional scars don't heal.
And I was real. You know what I mean? You either like me or you don't. I mean, plain and simple. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to fucking kiss your ass. You either like me or you don't. That's the only 2 good things at my end that anybody can say about me that would be true.
You literally, Rich, owned up to saying that about having a hitman whack us all. You do realize that in Jeff's live, where he got, I'm gonna say Austin mad and just decided, hey, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm done with this. At the end of it, you literally right before that cut off went, well, what'd you say to me? You just admitted it.
No. Listen, man, that's what people like him do. Listen, none of that matters. I don't think anybody's ever going to talk to you, Rich, on these lives are going to say they didn't say something bad or negative to you or about you. I don't think you'll find anybody going to say that. But you're the only one doing that. You're the only one going, well, I didn't say it. I was hacked. I never said this. Dude, do you get that? You tried to spin that shit around and say, well, what did you say about me to make me say it? That's what you're saying. What did you say to me to make me say it? Nobody else is saying that shit, Rich. Nobody else is going, hey, well, you said this to me, and so I said that to you. I mean, that's the type of person you are, homeboy.
So one more thing I want to touch on. I just want to show Rich's intelligence. Rich looks at me in this whole live like probably 10 times and says, "You're the pot calling the kettle black." Which would mean, I mean, I tried saying this in his live, but Rich can't comprehend. It was because I bring drama and all this other bullshit.
He says you spread hate.
So here's what the dealio is, Rich. And I said it in live, but I'm going to say it again. The pot calling the kettle black would be me being a racist bigot like you, me lying about having cancer, me lying about having a heart attack, and then me judging you for that action, knowing that I do that. That's what that statement means. Again, how about you learn what the fuck a word means before you use it? And don't use big words if you don't know what the fuck the big words mean. Because you think these big words make you look more intelligent. We can look at you until you're not intelligent. Besides the point. You think these big words make you look fucking intelligent? When you don't know the definition of the words and you use them, or phrases, it makes you look fucking stupid.
I mean, Rich, think about this. With us, this all started because...
No, we've been doing this for 3 years, Dad.
All this started because you went on a tangent about how come your car won't run because the viscosity of your oil broke down in your car has no compression. Rich, that's impossible. That's not got nothing to do with each other. Then you took it as far, and I tried. All I said to you, man, I tried to keep you from looking stupid. I was like, hey, man, you might want to take this and do something about that. Take it down, whatever. That's not it. You went into a whole thing about how you have thermal breakdown in your oil. You do understand to get thermal breakdown, your oil would have to boil.
And then we called you out on it.
Motherfucker, I mean, this all started because of that. You fuck me.
Went into Betty Cake.
Yeah, talking about...
Brian Caval's got that.
I mean, come the fuck on, dude.
Uncle Brian.
I tried to help you, just like most of the people that can't stand your stupid motherfucking ass now tried to help you. And how did you repay that shit? By mouthing off to them? You can't just go through life talking to people however the fuck you want to talk to them. You and Barry have learned that now, I hope. That there is some people that won't take your motherfucking mouth.
Google Chromecast, folks.
I mean...
Dad's TV ain't new like my TV.
And I don't mean that like I'm some tough guy and I'll crack your... I don't mean nothing like that. But I do mean you're not going to disrespect me and I'm going to stand up for myself. I ask you and I ask Barry the same thing. I ask, are you sure you want to do this? Because once we go down this fucking road, there is no coming back. There is no coming back at this household with you. You're done.
I told him this one live and I'm going to say it again.
I mean...
Barry...
I think your exact words was fuck you, do what you want, and Barry said the same thing.
So Rich, here's the deal. I said to you in this, and I'm gonna say it again. Nobody's your friend, and not everybody but me. I won't stop till you're canceled off this platform. You want me to leave you alone? Go to TikTok. I'll leave you the fuck alone on TikTok.
No, I won't.
Oh, you won't?
No.
Well, I will.
I mean, no. I'm a man of my word, motherfucker. And that's the only other third good thing about me. I try to be as honest as I can. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it.
Well, I'll leave you alone if you go to TikTok. I won't make a YouTube video about you. How about that one?
This shit's ridiculous, dude. You don't get to just talk to people however you want to talk to people and do what you want to do in life.
And something else I want to stress on it. You want to talk about your blood pressure being high. Bitch, how was it high? You were calmer than me and my blood pressure wasn't high. My heart wasn't fucking thumping out of my chest. You sitting over there fucking like a pouting and shit. Like you looking at Jeff, you gonna want to talk to me after this? How fucking old are you? Man, I'm fat, I need friends. We be my friend.
That's what I mean, I have no interest in belittling you like that, dude. I mean, I'll beat you with the facts. I mean, the facts
fucking
are the facts.
Pathetic.
I mean,
but I need to do some Barry content. And go check out Mako. If you want to watch this live and you haven't, which I'm sure all of you have, it was a wonderful time. I enjoyed it. Once Rich pissed me off, I kind of went for the throat on everything, and it turned into the Jerry Springer show. Was the right way to probably do this? No. But I got pissed off. Shouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. It's out there. Made for an interesting show. A lot of you guys loved it. Again, thanks, Jeff, for having me on, man. See you guys. Well, I'll be in your guys' chat tomorrow. So, hoping it's going to be a good one. Much love, you guys.